Recently I talked about deep work by Cal Newport, and that you need to block off time for deep work so you can accomplish more work in less time. But then I started thinking to myself, how can I make that possible with a busy schedule? And honestly, it's a lot harder than it looks, because we'll have busy lives, we have busy schedules that are constantly changing, and we only have outside factors that play into our schedules. That means we can't stick to one schedule specifically. And a lot of the gurus online that are telling us about scheduling, they can delegate things, something that a lot of us can't do because we don't have the same resources as them. So I asked myself, if my schedule is constantly changing, my schedule is always changing throughout the day, then how can I make a schedule that I can actually stick to, actually accomplish the work that I need to do without getting in the way of my life? So being as someone who works on his YouTube business, someone who works on his family, maintaining relationship with his close friends and family, and someone who also has to work on himself, and someone who goes to college and has a part-time job to afford this, it's difficult to dedicate things because we have 24 hours in the day, and I can't really dedicate all my 24 hours because I need the hours of sleep in order to grow and to use my productivity the next day. So doing that made it really hard to maintain a set schedule. But if I don't manage my schedule, I'll end up stressing myself out because I'm always trying to constantly figure out what I'm gonna do next, or when plans change, what I have to do next. Because without a set schedule, I'm constantly stressing myself out on what I should be doing, when I should be doing it, how I should be doing it, or where I should be doing it. And that's really just stressful, and it could be damaging to my mental health. It could be damaging to me and my self-improvement journey, and I wouldn't be doing as much work and being as productive as I need to be. And because of all that, I'm constantly on the edge of burning out. I'm constantly on the edge of being in a huge mental damage state. So after a lot of trials and testing of YOLOing it and doing things whenever on the schedule without a schedule, I decided that the best way to do this is to come up with a schedule. Well, not just any schedule, but a schedule that works for everyone. A schedule that can work for whenever I want it, and a schedule that can work for wherever I need it. So for me, what I did is I came up with a schedule. So what I have to do is, with the moment I wake up, the first 3 hours of the morning, what I have to do is I have to finish the hardest tasks for the day, the things that are actually challenging, the things that require a lot of my mental strength and a lot of my mental peak. So in the morning after I wake up, I usually attend to the hard things like going to the gym and recording a video or editing it. Because at that moment in the morning is where I'm most creative at, and it's at I'm at my mental peak. So after I do these hard tasks throughout the morning, I switch to the boring tasks that can be easily done, or tasks that can be called as delegate, something easy task. For example, easy tasks would be merging like clips together, merging audio, looking for sound, music. Now those, they don't require a lot of things, they just require time and patience. Now those are easy and boring tasks you can do. In the morning I'm most productive, while throughout in the middle of the day is when I lose my productivity. In the middle of the day where I lose everything, where my mental peak is at its lowest. I can't think properly, and it picks up back at night. It's because of my chronotype. Your chronotype is a huge factor in scheduling your day. Now if you don't know your chronotype, then you should definitely look it up. But for me, I don't remember what my chronotype is called, but I'll make sure I leave it in the edit. So now what I do is, when you look at your chronotype, I link a video down to Ryan Doris. He's a wonderful guy, he's a great productivity guy. You can look at his YouTube, he has a video about chronotypes where you can learn your chronotype. But once you learn your chronotype, you can tailor a schedule, because chronotype decides when your mental peak is and when you lose your mental peak. So the mental peak, you should keep it for the hardest tasks of the day. Well, the places you're not at your mental peak is the boring tasks, the tasks that you don't want to do, the tasks that are easily delegated if you have to, but you don't have the resources to. So those tasks, you keep them after the days, the time where you lose your productivity, the times where your chronotype is not its highest. And so because of knowing all that, what I was able to do is I was able to organize a schedule. I'm able to maintain good grades while working my YouTube business, uploading weekly, and I also have a good relationship with my parents and my family, and I also do well in maintaining my health and my mental health. And honestly, throughout all of it, I haven't been really feeling stressed out. I've been feeling a lot better, because you'd expect in a busy schedule you'd feel stressed out, but no. The stress schedule, the big schedule, the full schedule is actually really nice and makes me feel happy, and I feel like I'm accomplishing more. So the best thing that I do is every time I go to sleep, or before I go to sleep, I write down my daily goals for the next day. I write down what the hardest tasks, the things that I'm supposed to do, and the hardest things that I need to finish, and everything that I actually need to do throughout the day. So after I write it down, I make a schedule and I organize the schedule according to it. So I leave the hardest task in the morning, while the tasks that are boring, I leave it in the middle. The tasks that are hard, I leave it in the late night, because I can pick up in the late night my productivity and my energy. And because of the schedule, it only takes me 5 minutes to make. So it's as simple as that. Just have 5 minutes, not even that. It just can take you 2 minutes to make it. It's really simple to make a schedule like that that'll help you stay productive, that you can stick to, because it's such a good schedule. Now, a lot of time I can run into the challenge of something happening throughout the day where I can stick the schedule, where I had to attend to something, where a meeting was cancelled, or I had to make plans for a new thing or a new schedule. So the best thing to do actually throughout that time is, after your schedule gets broken, you try to get back on it. Or if you can't, try to rewrite a new schedule. It only takes you 5 minutes. It's as simple as that, and it's an absolute lifesaver to do. It's something that's so simple that it feels criminal that not a lot of people are even doing it. But I also get it if you're someone who struggles in doing a lot of work, where you have a lot of work you need to do, but you don't have that time to do it. So that's why I actually have a video about deep work, where you can accomplish more work in less time, that you can check out in the end below. Here it's gonna be on this side. You can check it out, so you can learn how to accomplish more work in less time, so you can make time throughout your schedule for space to do other things that are important in your life. And as always, thank you.